Welcome back. Well, the midterm elections now 14 months away. Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley recently announced his bid to run in the North Carolina Senate race to replace Senator Thom Tillis, who is not seeking re-election. Whatley immediately gaining a key endorsement from President Trump, who wrote on Truth Social, Mike would make an unbelievable senator from North Carolina. He is fantastic at everything he does. So should Michael Whatley run for the Senate, please let this notification represent my complete and total endorsement. He will never let you down, writes President Trump. Joining me now, the man himself, Republican National Committee Chairman Michael Whatley. Mr. Chairman, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on entering this race.
Well, it's great to be with you, Maria. We're very excited. North Carolina needs a solid conservative voice in the Senate. President Trump needs an ally, and I'm very excited to be that guy.
So tell me about that. What can you do to make change, affect change in North Carolina?
Well, the biggest thing that we can do is have a solid, consistent, conservative voice there that's going to be fighting every day for every family, for every community across the state, and making sure that we're going to have economic policies that are going to create jobs, that we're going to have trade policies that are going to help our manufacturers and our farmers, and that North Carolina is in a position to continue to lead our national security efforts with all of our military bases, our veterans and our military communities. We're in a position to really be the tip of the spear in helping make sure that America is the strongest country on the face of the earth.
And you're in a great position to really understand the backdrop here with your current job as chairman of the RNC. I know that the RNC is going to miss you once this race gets really heated up. But what's your take in terms of, broadly speaking, with the midterm elections? How are the Republicans faring?
Republicans are faring great right now because President Trump and the Republicans in the House and the Senate are delivering every day for Republicans, or for all voters really across the country. They are right now, we're seeing economic growth. We're seeing that the border has been secure. We're seeing that America is respected across the world again. The President Trump is delivering on every one of his campaign promises, and the Republican leadership in the House and the Senate are making sure that we are getting the votes that we need to get the Trump tax cuts done, and strong support for our soldiers and our veterans, as well as securing that southern border.
I mean, all at a time that the Democrats are seeing a void in leadership. Voters have taken notice. A recent Quinnipiac poll put congressional Democrats at a 19% approval rating. 19%. 72% of voters disapproving of the jobs Democrats are doing, Mr. Chairman. What do you make of what's going on the other side?
Well, the Democrats have learned absolutely nothing coming out of 2024. They have doubled down on the same failed agenda that they ran on. They are right now a party of open borders, inflationary spending, and a weak America. Every single one of their leaders is turned to the left, and they are taking the party further away from Main Street America.
Well, I mean, all of this, as you've got Democrats fleeing their state in Texas, they've got to return to the Lone Star State today, or they will face consequences. They fled this week to boycott the redistricting vote. What do you make of this? The president said that the FBI may have to get involved now and arrest some of those runaway Democrats, as Greg Abbott has filed a lawsuit to remove state Democrat caucus chair Gene Wu from his seat. I spoke with Michigan Congresswoman Lisa McClain about it on Wednesday of this week. Here's what she said. Watch.
They don't want to govern. They want to stall. They want to play political games. But what I say is, isn't it sad that we're even having to talk about begging lawmakers to come back and do your job? Please come back and do your job. If that happened in the private sector, the employer would grant them their wish, and they would be out of a job. So get back to work, stop playing games, and let's govern if you truly care about democracy.
So I want to get your take on this redistricting issue, because now the president wants the Commerce Department to work on a new census. He wrote on Truth Social, it will be, quote, based on modern day facts and figures, and importantly, using the results and information gained from the presidential election of 2024. People who are in our country illegally will not be counted in the census. Mr. Chairman, how does that change things?
Well, this is a very important principle that President Trump fought on during his first term, and I think it's absolutely right for him to come back to this as a very important focus, that only American citizens should be voted or counted in the census and should be factored into apportionment for congressional representation.
And do you think that the redistricting going on in Texas is going to change and trigger other redistricting in other states? How does that change the makeup of seats for the GOP?
Well, look, it's not going to make a difference in a place like Massachusetts or Connecticut, who are already redistricted or who are already gerrymandered. The biggest factor in this election is going to be the fact that Republicans in the House and the Senate and President Trump are delivering every day for the American people, that our economy is back on track, that we have a secure border, and that America is strong again.
All right, we will leave it there. Michael, great to see you. We'll be watching your race.
Great. Thank you, Maria.
Good to see you, Michael Whatley, this morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back.